Today on Midwest Outdoors, we take a look at one of the world's greatest fishing areas, the Patricia region of Ontario in Canada's Heartland. Not only is the fishing spectacular, but the Patricia region offers so much more: hunting, sightseeing, shopping, and golfing, just to name a few of the activities. So sit back, relax, and let the magic of Canada's Heartland, the Patricia region of Ontario, take you away.
Mike, this scenery is gorgeous. Good day, everyone. I'm Chip Lear, and welcome to Midwest Outdoors. Today, we are in Canada's Heartland, the Patricia region of Ontario. I'm with Mike and Marilyn Billsborough, and we're going to show you how to plan the ultimate Canadian fishing adventure. There's a lot of questions people have, Mike, about where to go, what to do, how to do it, or even how to find a lodge or a resort up here in the Patricia region. How do they go about doing that?
Well, Chip, Canada's Heartland is straight north of International Falls, Minnesota. It's an area about the size of the state of Minnesota, and of that area, there's only about 50,000 people that are resident up here, and about 40% of the area of that is water. So there's probably more freshwater fishing opportunities here in Canada's Heartland than there are anywhere else in the world. There's all kinds of resorts. There's fly-in resorts. There's resorts you can drive right up to. Resorts you can only access by water. And the fish species we have up here, the primary one, of course, is walleye. I mean, we have probably some of the best walleye fishing in the world. But Canada's Heartland is also known for its excellent northern fishery, lake trout, smallmouth bass, and mushrooms. Also, we have some camps that offer whitefish fishing, which is a kind of a change-up from the normal type of fishery that we're known for.
Mike, with so many choices in Canada's Heartland, how do I decide which one is going to be right for me?
Well, Chip, there's probably three questions that you should ask yourself and answer before you start. First one would be the good old, how much money have I got to spend? Second one would be, how much time have I got to spend? And the third one would be, what type of fishery do you really want to experience?
Mike, now that I've answered those questions for myself, how do I go about finding the places that I might choose?
Well, you know, Chip, a great source of information for that type of thing is the Canadian Fishing Map. It lists over 200 outfitters in Canada's Heartland, a lot of different ones, and it's got a little synopsis on each one in there that tells you what they have to offer and what type of plans they offer, whether it's housekeeping or American plan, and shows you what lake they're on. Great source of information. And then the thing you need to do is get a hold of the ones that look interesting to you, get them to send their information out to you, and you need to ask questions. You know,
but if I've never been here before, I've never been to Canada's Heartland before, how do I know what questions to ask?
Well, a great place to get a list of questions to ask is the Patricia Regional Tourist Council's website, which is www.heartland.on.ca. And you can download a list of questions from there that would give you a standard set to ask different outfitters and let you evaluate them one against the other and see who's got the type of package that you're looking for, because, you know, price isn't always everything. It's services and the type of camp and the fishery, and that's important too.
Prices, right, when I come up, let's say I come up to Canada's Heartland, prices are going to range from what to what? What can I spend?
Well, I mean, if you're coming up with a family later in the year when there's a little bit of price breaks, you could probably look at about $25 a day per person for a housekeeping cabin, and then of course you'd have to rent a boat and motor over above that. But that would be at the low end, and then the full American plan camp where there's a 1-to-1 ratio of staff and guests, you certainly would be looking at more money than that. But again, the services would be in line with what you're paying for.
If I've never been to an area before, if I've never been to a lake before, would you suggest I hire a guide?
You bet. That's probably the best thing you can do for yourself. If you have never been to a lake before, no matter how good a fisherman you are, and I mean, we all know you're a good fisherman, but the first day that you're there, having a guide will probably make your trip 100% better, because especially on a larger body of water, you spend a lot of time that first day or two looking around, trying to find out where you are, always kind of a little bit worried about how to get back to camp, you know?
Right.
And having a guide that first day, just showing you how they fish on that lake and the type of baits they use, and how to get home at night, certainly will improve your trip immensely.
And I bet you most of them do one of my favorite things, and that's shoreline.
You bet.
That's why I come. I'll tell you what, there's a lot of fried fish at lunch.
You can't beat that walleye at lunch.
Nope.
You sure can't.
Marilyn, what else do we need to know about picking out a Canadian resort?
Something you should be careful of, Chip, is the rates are quoted sometimes in Canadian dollars and sometimes they're quoted in U.S. dollars. So when you get your brochure from the resort, you should check that out very carefully because the currency exchange rate does fluctuate.
This area got its name from the Patricia Glacier that moved through here thousands of years ago. One of the neat things you get to experience is like this rock right here still has got the grooves from the glacier as it slid through here. It also helped create the most picturesque country I've ever experienced in my life and some of the greatest memories I have, Mike.
Yeah, it's quite the country, Chip. You know, you could fish every day in this country for the rest of your life and not fish the same lake twice.
You talk about an angler's dream.
It is. It's probably the best freshwater fishery in the world.
And for anglers that know how to use a computer, you can find out about this right on your website at
www.heartland.on.ca.
Or for those of you who'd rather pick up the telephone, call the number on your screen and get up here and enjoy Canada's Heartland, Ontario's Patricia region.